All right. Welcome back to the Pen In Podcast. This is episode 14. I'm pretty sure we're on 14. And, well, we're just going to start into the intros first. So, start with our guest again. Actually, not second time in a row. We had JT on last time. Ishan, how are we doing, friend?
We're doing pretty good.
Mhm.
Been getting pretty used to my job now.
Nice.
Binging my PlayStation.
That's right. You got a brand new PlayStation 5, isn't that right?
Whoa.
Yes. Quite the experience, honestly.
Hell yeah.
Game shared with our host right here, actually.
Absolutely,
Whoa.
man. I didn't know it was a thing you can do on PlayStation until I heard about it. But yeah, so him and we are game shared.
Oh, yeah.
How was your week?
Ragnarok in a few days.
Yep, that's hype. Fucking God of War, let's go. How's your week been so far?
Been pretty good. I feel like it was mostly just work.
Mostly just work? Okay.
Yeah. Excited to talk about some of what we're talking about today. Yep.
Yeah, you sound real excited, Ishan. Ready to get in this, man.
Hell yeah.
Eddie, let's move on to you, bro. How you
What's
doing?
up,
What's the intro?
bitches? I'm gonna bring the passion.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I'm doing good. Let's see. I gotta give my weekly spiel. I woke up, went to work, came home, ate dinner, and we're on the pod. So yeah, that was my day. But my week, let's see. Today's Sunday. Let's take a step back to Monday. Hmm, I believe Monday I just didn't do much. Went to work at 7, got home at noon. Just kind of hung out. Yeah, not much on Monday. Trying to remember other stuff. Let's see. Tuesday, went to school, worked out, normal stuff. Wednesday, had the day off. Oh no, I finished my tattoo on Wednesday.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Ooh,
Congratulations.
I need to see that, bro.
So yeah, it's very scabby and horrible right now, but that's okay. Let me just kind of so basically he said maybe one more session, but we're gonna see how it heals first, and then we'll kind of decide if we're gonna do another one or not. But it was kind of just nice and cathartic. It wasn't as painful as the first time, so that was nice.
You're used
Feels
to
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, used
Feels
to
good to
it.
have the major horrible parts over with it. Then Thursday, hung out with Maddie. We met up at school. We went to this little tucked away bar in Denver. It's like a speakeasy almost. Like it's like just one door in the middle of this random place, and it's just like a bar inside. Cool ambiance. So that was interesting. Then let's see. We got home, kind of just hung out, watched some movies and stuff. Got up the next day, went to work for a few hours, came back, and then we just did a whole movie day, which was cool.
Fuck yeah! What'd you watch?
We watched Terrifier. Have you guys seen that
God. Shit? Yeah,
Have you seen that?
I've seen bits of it. Yeah.
Okay, dude. Have you seen the second one also?
No, I know it came
Yeah.
out though. Holy fuck. You
Dude.
saw that?
Holy fucking Christ. Yeah, we watched Terrifier 1 and 2. Shit was insane. Oh my god. Like,
Y'all been on this horror movie binge.
yeah, man. Dude, Terrifier 2 is the most violent piece of media I've seen in my entire life. Ever. I'm not even kidding. Like,
Jesus.
nothing will top it ever. Yeah. So if you want to see something that really shocks you, watch Terrifier 2. Terrifier 1 is it's kind of like a B plus movie. It's not like a B movie. It's a little better than that. But yeah. So Terrifier 2 came out like a month ago. Good lord, is it? Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, all I can say is just watch it if you can handle it.
Is it like even worse than the Saw movies?
Oh yeah, dude. Miles worse.
What?
Yeah. I've never like I said, guys, I've never seen a more intense depiction of violence ever. So
Fuck. Holy fuck.
yeah. So we watched both of those in a row. And then we also earlier in the day we like went on Broadway and like looked at like cute little antique stores and shit. So that was fun. And then we watched those horrible movies. But yeah, so we did that, and then after we watched the Terrifier movies, we needed like a palate cleanser. So we watched A New Hope together. That was nice.
Fuck yeah.
So, yeah.
Love to hear that.
Yeah. So we did that, and then yeah, went to work yesterday. Fucking came home and went to bed because I was exhausted. So yeah, now I'm here.
All right, I like the weekly recap. It's very
Hell
good.
yeah.
I also saw your Halloween picture on Instagram. That was
yeah.
What would you go as?
We were like a goth vampire couple thing. That was like the premise of the outfit.
You went as Twilight.
Pretty much, but like edgier.
Oh, like
it was a bit edgier than Twilight. Yeah.
Like the goth kids from South Park. that's what I thought of when you posted that picture.
You could call it that. Yeah.
Like they keep getting confused with the vampire kids, and like, no, goth kids.
No, we're different.
Goth kids. God, get it right.
Yeah, but I wore like eyeliner and shit, so I was really selling it. Yeah.
Okay, man.
Did she do it for you, or did you do your own eyeliner?
Oh, she definitely did it for me, dude. I was such a baby too. Like when she was putting it on, I was like twitching and shit.
Dude,
like
yes. Oh my god.
It's hard. I don't like when shit gets close to my eyes.
I don't like it either, dude. Girls do it all the time. Props to them. Holy fuck.
It's awful. But yeah. So I've been on a massive Star Wars kick too. So like this'll like what I've been playing this week. Since we always ask that.
Oh, can we get
massive
into
Star Wars kick? So I'm trying to watch it all in chronology because I still haven't seen 8 and 9. So
okay.
Yeah. Right now I'm watching the Obi-Wan show, so I'm like done with the prequel era.
There you go.
And yeah, so I'm on like episode 4 of the Obi-Wan show. And then yeah, going from there. Then we finished Outlast. That was cool. What else have I been playing? That's it. I've been considering getting Modern Warfare 2, but I don't know yet.
I'm playing it right now.
Yeah, Ishan can test that. We'll move on to him if you have anything else to say. Eddie.
What do you got? I'm done.
Been playing Modern Warfare 2. It's not terrible. Actually, it's not bad either. I kind of like it, to be honest.
Is it like Modern Warfare 19? Is it like pretty decent? Okay.
But like it's a lot less of the annoying like I mean there are big maps, but there's a lot less of like the annoyingly huge maps.
Massive shit, yeah.
And like people sitting behind like a barrel that's like they have like a sight through like a little triangle in a window pane like that they can shoot you. Like it's none of that anymore.
Right. That's nice.
Kind of feels more like arcadey shooty, but like it still has the what's the word? The effect that Modern Warfare 19 had.
Okay.
But yeah, it came with the PlayStation bundle
Oh, that's
that I
why.
managed to get. So
Nice.
yeah, I didn't just buy it
yeah.
on my own volition. I'll be very honest about that.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I've been thinking because I could play it with you guys for crossplay, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
I've
definitely
been playing with
possible.
Carrington and DJ.
Interesting. But everyone has it. It seems this is the first COD that people have gotten since Cold War. So
Cold War let me down real hard.
Cold War was not my favorite either. So
Yeah, I didn't particularly like.
I played a little bit of Miles Morales and a little bit of Sifu just to see how they were on the PS5.
And
Probably play through them eventually, but
eventually.
And you play Yakuza?
Oh yeah, I played like 20 minutes of Yakuza.
It was only 20 minutes. You play Yakuza 7, Like a Dragon.
Yeah. It threw me for a loop when I found out it was turn-based, and I immediately stopped playing, but it wasn't really a fair judgment either.
Yeah, people have said it's really good. That's what I'm looking at.
That's
but
what I'm reading about it.
I'm trying. Like, I don't know if it's like the purist in me, but like I kind of want to play like through all of the Yakuzas before. But people have said you don't have to.
This one's not connected at all.
Yeah, it's not connected, but like you would not have a better understanding of like the Yakuzas and the gangs and the characters more. But like, is it?
I guess, yeah.
Is that worth it for like 100+ hour playthrough of all 6 of the games beforehand? That's the thing.
But like everybody else, I'm super excited for God of War in a couple of days.
Oh yeah, man!
Exciting.
I actually took my floating holiday for the 9th so I could play it.
Hell yeah!
he's gonna do the New Zealand trick too.
No, nice. It doesn't work on PlayStation apparently.
Sad.
It's their time zone locked.
Damn.
Big poop.
All right. Yeah.
But oh well, it's fine. I still have all of Wednesday to play it, so I'm not really too
nice.
Yeah, man. Tell me.
But yeah, that's kind of in my gaming history for a bit.
Right.
Cool, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Can I butt in and say some of the things I forgot? Yeah. I was like looking at my calendar.
Go
okay.
Ahead,
Tuesday I went and saw the Suicide Boys live.
Oh.
With Eli and Carrington. So that was really cool. Good concert. And then also on Monday, which I forgot, Halloween was literally this week.
Yeah.
So I like blocked it out of my head. I was like, oh, that was last week. Me and Maddie went to this like new wave bar, and we saw like this like cool like goth rock band.
Okay.
So yeah. Shout out to, let me shout the band name out real quick because they were sick. Fucking, where are you? Hold on.
Where are you?
Where are you? And they're called Vision Video. Shout out Vision Video.
Vision
if you like
Video.
Post punk sounds kind of like the Smiths. If you like that, then you might like them. There you go.
Okay, Vision Video. I didn't expect that to be a band name.
Yeah.
Sounds like a corporation.
Right, Vision Video.
Sounds like the preview to a movie.
Video Incorporated. Yeah.
Hell yeah! Anything else? Tuesday
That's
concert. Okay.
Those were my 2 things I forgot.
Hell yeah, man! Love to hear
it. How
it.
have you been, Zach?
I've been good. I like over the past week, I just kind of like have been coming to that realization. I was like, I have a lot of things, and so I want to just start downsizing. Because like I looked at my like game collection. I'm like, well, there's still stuff I want to buy, and I'm not gonna be playing these old PS2, PS3 games. To be honest, how many new games I have, newer, and so before we started this, like that hour between when I thought you guys are at the same time zone still, I like went through some of my things, and like PS2, PS3, I've put in a little pile over there, and I'll be selling like the actual like PS3 console I have, the PS2 console, the Wii I have. I don't don't need this stuff. I actually don't want it anymore because I'm just not utilizing it as much as I thought I would. So that's what I've been doing. Still been playing, Mario Rabbids. Almost done. I'm like 70%.
Nice.
70% done. The game's amazing. Like it's just great. I can play anywhere. It's like on the Switch. I was over at my girlfriend's for this past weekend, just chilling out, with her, playing that. And like Eddie said, with his like getting his makeup done and stuff. Like she just wanted to do my makeup, and I let her do that. Like everything was fine until we got to the eyes.
Oh, the
portion.
eye stuff is awful,
dude. It's awful. I was like,
unless it's liquid eyeliner, that's not so bad. If it's the pencil, that's the
it was the
shit.
pencil, dude. It really got me. I did not like it at all. Everything else was fine. But yeah, and I guess another thing I'm playing, since I didn't record any Skyrim footage. What you are seeing for the video viewers is what I'm actually like live playing right now.
Live commentary podcast.
Oh, that's right. Also, if we want to, just like the Black Ops thing, if we want to like look at anything, I'll do that too.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, fucking what's her name is stuck.
Oh yeah, Serana's stuck.
R.I.P. Oh, she got the ebony shield though. Good for her.
She like constantly switches from like a helmet to her hood. It's really pissing me off. But for those of you who haven't picked up on it already, actually you couldn't have, but we are going to be discussing the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. One of our, like, I can confidently say, like, us three, like one of our favorite games like of all time.
Absolutely.
So, before we get into like the actual game and talking about it, I just wanted to know your first experiences with it. So let's start with Eddie first. He's like technically, I think, the first one to actually have played this game.
Yes. So I did tell this story on the Top 10 podcast. But essentially, fantasy games or at like fantasy movies, I thought it was like really nerdy when I was 11. It was like really nerdy. I was like, oh, you're gonna fucking play this lame ass dragons and swords bullshit. And then my friend Alec eventually convinced me he's like, let me bring it over and we'll play for a little bit. And then we brought it over to my house in the disc format, by the way. This is old school.
Old school, apparently.
And yeah, we played it.
Apparently.
And it kind of like, for the first little bit, I didn't really get it. I was like, okay, like, what do you do? He's like, just like, there's so many options. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And like, I didn't get it. But like, I ended up just kind of free roaming it for like half an hour. And I was just like breaking into houses and just like causing trouble. And like, I was like, holy shit, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, I kind of figured out what the role-playing game is supposed to be. And yeah, it just worked. And I loved it ever since. So that's how I got into it. For a longer version of that story, you guys can listen to the top 10 games of all time episode we did a few weeks ago.
Yes, which is actually episode 10, which worked out so well. I didn't plan it, actually.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that was your first experience?
Yeah, that was my first experience.
Okay.
But yeah, it turned into one of my favorite games ever. I'm looking at my saves right now on my Xbox. I haven't played it since May of 2021. So it's been quite some time. But
like, I might go back.
Yeah, normally I play it once or twice a year. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've been on this same save for so fucking long. Like I'll show you guys my hours. Let me see. Where's my save? Like I'll save right now.
I'm looking at mine. So the last character, my really big time character, I have 93 hours 13 minutes on. But I've had several characters that I've kept and deleted over time, but the last time I played that character was October of 2019.
Oh my
So that was a
god.
really long time ago. And then my
Dang.
Argonian that I played most recently, I have 56 hours and 14 minutes on.
I am running on 160 hours on this one character.
Nice. Yeah. If I added all my time on the 360 Skyrim to this one,
Oh god.
it would be horrific. Like, let me look here. Is there a way to look at hours played? Oh, it's in achievements, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Stats. Yeah,
if
I
it's
found it.
totally accurate.
Yeah, it's like kind of accurate. I would say it's fairly accurate. 16 days, 7 hours, and then if you added my 360 time, it'd probably be another like 20 or 25. So like 40 days played.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ishan, what was your first experience with Scrim?
I think I want to say like I was 12 or 13, so this was like a year or two after it came out.
Mhm.
I was I'd go to these like pottery classes with my mom, and there was a guy who worked there. He was super into video games and stuff, so he'd basically just talk about video games or whatever.
Nice.
And he was like, "Yeah, I have a copy of this game called Skyrim. I kind of just finished it up. What I wanted to play from it. Do you want to play it?" So I got to play Scrim, which was awesome. It, I think overall, I definitely don't have anywhere near as many playthroughs as you. But I think I have like at least 3, and great every time. Definitely don't come back every year, but one of my favorites. Definitely made me like open world games for the most part.
Mhm.
Absolutely. What's your guys' highest level character ever?
The one I'm at right now, which is 52.
52. Okay. Ishan, do you remember?
I want to say I was in the 60s.
Okay. My first character on my 360, I got into I think the low 80s, like 82 or 83 or
Oh
something.
my god, so you did that like the Ebony Warrior quest?
Oh no, dude, I was too young. I didn't know about all the
Oh shit.
behind the scenes shit. I didn't go that deep into it, but I played it a lot. Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
had all the
A level
stats like
80,
fucking
bro? Did you cheese?
yeah. No. Well, I mean a little bit, but I didn't do the really cheesy stuff like the super broken leveling glitches and stuff like that. I did a little bit of like Iron
Holy
Dagger
fuck.
cheese. Oh damn, I
Yeah.
just got fucking roasted by that trap. Like the Iron Dagger cheese with the smithing because that wasn't
Yeah.
nerfed yet. Like I didn't really fucking oversend it with the glitches. So
That guy was sitting there like hacking the whole game. Got from 0 to 80
Seriously,
real
bro.
quick.
My first experience with this game, I remember it
excuse me.
was at the same Black Friday that Ishan was at Best Buy. Do you remember that?
No, yeah.
Yeah, he was there, and like I let him cut. I think I let him cut behind me or something. You remember that? What was
Dude,
that?
there was like 100 or 200 people behind you.
Damn.
And you're like, yeah, just get in line. It's like, dang, I felt so bad.
Good line, bro. I was like, oh yeah, I was holding the spot in line, everybody. But
Everyone looked like they wanted to murder
yeah,
me.
I think because I bought the special edition, which was released in 2016. We'll talk about that. But that was the first time I played it, and I remember, I distinctly remember the smell of like playing Skyrim for the first time, and I like I'll smell that same smell again. I'm like, I feel like playing Skyrim whenever I smell that, and like it's like that. It was that like Christmas slash fall vibe where you just have nothing to do but just play Skyrim.
Yep.
So yeah, and I think I bought Fallout 4 that same day too.
Oh damn, really?
Yeah, I bought Skyrim and Fallout 4. I was like, well, I've heard a lot about
Damn,
these
what a
games.
package. Holy shit.
I know I bought that. I put Fallout 4 in first, but then I was like, I feel like playing Skyrim right now because everybody was playing Skyrim. Remember, we had those like exclusive Xbox Live parties where all of us would just play Skyrim.
We'd play one game. Yeah. Yep.
Yep, I love those
If
days.
you weren't playing, you'd get kicked.
You wouldn't. Remember, Bailey would just spam invite like, "Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in."
No.
He's mad.
Not allowed.
But
They'd be like, are you
Exclusivity.
playing Skyrim? No. Oh, well, you can't join.
sorry,
Oh,
you can't
sorry.
join. Sorry, bro.
Don't want to talk to you.
What do we do? Okay, so let's talk about, for people who don't know, surprisingly, who don't know what Skyrim is. It is an action role-playing game, and as the title suggests, as I first said, it is the 5th installment in the Elder Scrolls franchise, and it's the sequel to released in 2011, November 11th, 2011, and it was the sequel to the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. That was released in 2006 on that 360. That was like the launch title almost. I don't think it was, but it was pretty much like a launch title for that.
Yeah.
And a little fact, actually, some people might know this, but Bethesda had this challenge to like everybody. It's like, if you have a baby on November 11th, 2011, and name it Dovahkiin, you will get like Bethesda Game Studios games or Bethesda games for life. And somebody actually fucking did it.
Oh, Jesus.
And they're white. There's a white baby out there with, I think the first name or middle name is Dovahkiin.
It's like some boring ass last name like Jones. Dovahkiin Jones.
That kid is like 5th grade, about to enter middle school, and he's about to get roasted his whole career, man. Yeah, hey,
he's gonna get it worse than little Anakin from the Phantom Menace.
Dude, like, hey, my name's Dovahkiin. Like, they're doing attendance and like, Dovahkiin, like Dovahkiin.
Dovahkiin.
I'm like, I go by Ben, actually.
I go by Ben.
So that was just a little
sorry,
fact.
we gotta go by what's written on the paper, kid.
Sorry.
Tragedy.
But it was developed using Bethesda Game Studios' iconic creation engine, which they still use today.
Yes.
It is, and they like rebuilt the creation engine specifically for Skyrim because like I think it was too ambitious for what they had with like their previous engine. Like, dude, we gotta rebuild this. There's no way we can fucking make this game without it.
Right.
And so they did that. And this type of game opted for more of a diverse open world. I mean, compared to like Oblivion, where one person made all of the dungeons, which is like the common like gameplay loop you would see in an Elder Scrolls game. You go into a dungeon, get some loot, kill an enemy, do it again, turn that quest in, that sort of thing.
Right.
And Skyrim opted to do something different. Not totally different, but it was more diverse offerings, like what you could do and stuff like that. And still, people will still say like Oblivion is like the better RPG. I mean, that's true. We can talk about that later. But this game, in its first week, sold 7 million copies.
Wow.
And as last reported in 2016, 6 years ago, it is at 30 million, which I guarantee it is way above 30 million now. I think it has to be at like 40 million because like it released on the Switch, man. You know how many people buy Switch games? There's 100 million Switches out there. You know people are buying the Switch, man.
Skyrim on the Switch.
Does she regret her decision?
I think. No, kind of.
I mean, it
doesn't really play it, but
it's a cool portable experience. I can never go back to like 30 frames per second Skyrim. Like, there's no way. It's like way too challenging. It's like the first we all played at 30 frames, but like if you've played recently at 60, dude, it's a totally different experience. I remember telling you guys, it was massive. That's how I started this character because it got an FPS boost on Xbox. I was like, dude, 60 frames? I'm gonna try this,
dude.
And it was a huge experience, like everything.
I completely agree because I started my Argonian are like my fifth Argonian.
Yeah.
I always play Argon. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, I started that 2019 character, or was it 2019 when they did the update? I think so.
No, because they did it with the Series
Was it later?
X. So
Okay, so the
it was like
2020.
It's like 2020.
2021. Yeah. Whatever. That one I started. It's like a whole new game. Like it's the same thing, but like it feels completely different. It's very interesting.
Yeah, they did the same thing with
So,
like all the Bethesda games, Fallout, Oblivion.
yeah.
So go check those out. But continuing on, so it was so successful, and this is part of Bethesda's model. They released DLC for this. 3 in total. It is Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn. 3, I'd say, meaty pieces of content. Very, very worthy.
Yes, I agree.
Very worthy of its price tag. And it's been released on multiple platforms, like I mentioned. So there's the original release in 2011. Then they re-released it again with the Skyrim Legendary Edition, which had all the DLC on it. And then they released it again for the anniversary, for the special edition on the next gen, which would be PS4 and Xbox One for 2016. And then they released it again for PlayStation, like VR. They had VR Skyrim. Then they released it on the Switch in 2018. And then they released it again, the anniversary edition, for its 10-year anniversary just last year in 2021. And technically there's like an Amazon Alexa version, but I'm not really counting that. You can't play a fucking game like
the
that.
Fuck? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, there's technically.
I heard that they made it for the fridge, or was it just the
that
meme?
that was Amazon Alexa. Like Alexa was like on a fridge.
Skyrim fridge? Fuck yeah.
Skyrim fridge, bro. So yeah,
Go to get some water. 4 hours later, still hasn't gotten the water.
it's very popular, and like at the time, I mean, I had no idea about Skyrim until like I was talking like to you guys, like to Alec, but everybody like stops. Like this is one of those like you got to stop and play this game because it was so revolutionary at the time. So now in this portion, we're gonna go into like the discussion of like all the things. Well, spoiler warning: I will be spoiling the main story, and we will be spoiling the main story, side stories, everything in this game. It is a discussion / retrospective, so you have been warned. Please go play this game. I mean, you're not really in this for like. There are some really good story elements in this game, but you play it for like as an RPG, like what you can do and stuff. It's pretty fucking cool. So, first question I want to ask you guys: what was your Skyrim moment? And when I say this, it's that moment you experienced where you just thought, this shit can only happen in this fucking game. What was that for you? Ishan, I'll go first.
Oh shit! Put on the spot.
On the spot.
I feel like I had multiple of those moments, like the first dragon I fought, or like getting catapulted 1,000 feet into the air by an ogre or a giant.
Yeah.
Using the shadow horse to go 90 degrees up a mountain.
Yep.
A lot of meme moments, like my defining moments in that game.
A lot of meme moments. Eddie, what was your Skyrim moment, brother?
Well, I would say either that very first day that I played it, where I was just breaking into people's houses and be like this is so new to me. Like it's so crazy. Like you can just like do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Or probably maybe the first time I played through the Dark Brotherhood, or the first time I did like a stealth archer, which is like knowingly the most overpowered way to get through this game. It's very easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or sometimes like I know you did this a lot, but I remember one of my playthroughs I tried to go as long as I could without fast traveling
Yeah.
and just like feeling the nuances of just moving through the world and hearing the soundtrack. Honestly, the music creates the moment for me with this game.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll talk about that, I'm sure. Um, how good the music is, but yeah, probably that first day would be my moment. Just like doing stupid bullshit in Whiterun.
Yep. Yep. And my moment, what's that first little town you go to? Is it Riverstead?
Riverwood.
I think so.
Riverwood. So in Riverwood,
Yeah.
I like it was the first day I got it. Like on that Black Friday, I came home, I was like, put that shit in, downloaded it. I was in the party with them, with the bros, and I was walking through, and I was like, I saw this chicken, and so I was like, I kind of want to kill this chicken. Not gonna lie.
Oh no!
And so I fucking I struck the chicken. I don't even think I killed it. I struck the chicken with my sword, and the whole town went after me to try and kill me. I had a bounty and everything. I was like, what the fuck? It's a chicken. Why would you do this? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I was like, no way. This is the, and I got put in jail. No, actually, I died. Like, they killed me. I was like, what the fuck? It's like that was the moment I had. I was like, no fucking way, dude. They just killed me over a goddamn chicken. And at that moment, I was like, this is a good game. This is a good game. This is a good ass game.
Yeah, it's always some weird shit that makes you like it. It's like, oh, all right.
Yeah. So, what is your guys' take on Skyrim's main story? Like the actual main plot line of the game, dragons and whatnot.
I think from a lore perspective, it's very cool. Like it could be, it's like very novelistic. So there's like a lot of backstory and like crazy shit that you can delve hours and hours and hours of your time to learning about. But I think we're not talking about the DLC. The main story is like mid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the most common critiques of this game is that the main story is kind of mid. But that's not why you play it.
Exactly.
You play it for gameplay and ambiance, in my opinion at least. But the main story is, yeah, it's kind of mid. That's my overall opinion on it.
Ishan.
Main story. I don't even think I did it my first playthrough. Like I was like, oh wait. Like I thought I really thought one of the side quests I was on was like the main story for a bit. Yeah. And then I look at my main story and I'm still on like mission 2 at like level 30 something, just like what happened.
Yeah, understandable.
And like
I don't really remember the main story at all. Like out of my memory of like missions in this game, it's more so like the guild missions that I really remember.
Yeah, and so like the main story of Skyrim is that you wake up, a famous like intro, like you wake up and you're being like sentenced to death because you tried to cross like the border or whatever. And so like as that's happening, like you make your character and everything, and then it just gets all interrupted because there's a fucking dragon that just drops down and just destroys the city you're in.
Right.
And until like you escape, right, and then like you go to warn the nearby town, and they're like, well, shit, you've seen the dragon, help us kill it, man. I'm like, well, shit, I have nothing else to do since I was just about to die. So you go over to do that, you kill it, you kill the dragon, and then you start absorbing its soul, and you're like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this guy? And they're like in their NPC voice that's like voiced by like one person this whole game is like, you are the dragonborn. You must go to High Hrothgar to see the Greybeards.
Yeah,
And
there's
so
like 5 voice actors in this game.
yeah,
It's kind of funny.
it's
There's
it's bad, but it's funny.
That's not fair to say, actually. There's unique voice actors for the main characters, but every other character is voiced by like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
So
So
like every NPC male has like 3 voices, and every NPC female has like 3 voices.
and so you kill a dragon. They tell you the dragonborn, right? And I think like you eventually hear like the Greybeards atop of High Hrothgar, like boom, boom. They say something. You're like, hey, yo, that's you. Go up there. So
You're the dog.
yeah, you travel
Yeah.
up there, and you learn that like there's in the ancient times there was dragons that ruled the land, but they were all stopped by this group of 3 people who used get this, the Elder Scroll
Whoa!
to send the main bad dragon of the game,
Yeah.
Alduin. Like they sent him forward in time. It's like I didn't know that. Like they sent him forward in time to actually they didn't defeat him. They just used the Elder Scroll to to like temporarily delay its coming doom.
Yes.
And so like you go on this whole adventure, you go to the you get intercepted by like an old organization. It's like dedicated to like the Tamriel called the Blades, which played a huge part, I think, definitely in Oblivion. And the Blades, they tell you, it's like, hey, you need to learn this shout because that's the only way you to kill Alduin, who has returned after being sent forward in time. I still don't know how that happened. And so you go on this journey, go to Sovngarde, which is the afterlife, learn the shout to kill Alduin, and you use the 3 heroes of the ancient past to kill him.
Yes.
That's how it went. That's a very, very simplified version of what I saw on the wiki.
Yeah. That's the basic story. It's kind of, I think the biggest issue with it is there's no depth. Like, I mean, there's depth in lore, but like, you don't get much like reason to be attached to anything. Like the Greybeards are a cool character. Parthenax is a cool character. Like the Blades are a cool little organization, but like there's no development and attachment to the people that you're surrounded by. So like I don't know if that's a flaw in writing or like a flaw in development or probably a little bit of both, because
I think it was just the writing, because like the side quests have good writing. Like side quests are just better than the main story. Like some of the faction quest lines
it's just,
and everything.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, because like I don't know. It just doesn't feel very like emotionally charged like a good story will provide. Like you get attachment to the plot and the characters. Like my big example for emotional attachment in story is always BioShock Infinite, because like I cared about Booker and Elizabeth at the end of that game. Like I remember their names because like they feel like people to me. And this game, it just doesn't do that.
Yeah, the only couple names I'll remember from the main story of this game is Alduin, Parthenax, really, and like the Greybeards.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing I remember.
Yeah, that's
A
rather
few
than
dragons and some old bearded men.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's not because they're like particularly interesting. It's more just because they have a cool name.
Yeah, dude. Parthenax? Are you serious? How did they come up with that?
Like that's sick as fuck. But like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So and somehow like the Civil War quest line was attached to this, but like a little bit.
That's right.
Like you could finish it, but yeah, overall the main story wasn't what you played like Skyrim for. It was there, and like yeah, you could go the whole game without playing it, but you get good stuff from it, like the shout, which we'll talk about in like the combat section. But it like basically makes fighting dragons fucking easier as hell. So like you should do it, but you don't have to.
Right.
Yeah. Ishan, what's your take on the main story? I don't think I asked you yet, or have I?
You did. I basically just said it's nowhere near as good as the main game.
Yeah. So we can talk about the main game now. So, what do you think about the character system? So we'll start first with the character creation. Even though this game can be played in third person over the shoulder, where you can see your character, it is also played in first person, which I feel is a very large amount of people played this game in first person. So what'd you think about the character creation? Just like making the character, no attributes, no leveling, or just the character creation, like how you can
Like
make
cosmetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
So this is kind of like a meta opinion on
Oh,
gaming
here we
in general.
go.
But like when you have to make the character, I have so little attachment to them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he agrees. Ishan gets it.
Okay, I can
So
see.
maybe I'm not alone. So when I have to make the character and it has no personality, like I say it because it's not a person, like it's like a thing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's no personality. There's a little bit of backstory attached to this character, but like not really. And depending on the race you pick, also there's a little bit more backstory. Like most of the time, I play Argonian, which is the lizard race, because I think they look sick. But the backstory is like you come from Black Marsh, which is another province in the world, and like there's like you have these parents and they like leave you some money behind. That's like a little side quest you only get if you play Argonian.
Oh, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, that's kind of like that's the most backstory you get, like other than the fact that you woke up on the little prison thing because you whatever.
Yeah.
So
you hit a chicken with a sword.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, right. Some dumb shit like that. So like I like how cool the characters you can make them look. Like you can do a lot of fun cosmetic stuff, but because it's a created character, I feel so little attachment to who I'm playing as. I'm more focused on the outside world.
Okay.
So
I can definitely see that.
Yeah, I would rather play someone I'm put into the shoes of rather than make my own person.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. There's actually a mod that you can like play on like the console where it's like choosing your story over again. It's like you can choose like an actual backstory. Like Bethesda didn't really do a great job of that, and like there are definitely games that are better at doing it, like Fallout New Vegas or something, you know.
Yeah.
Like Fallout
that's
3.
A creatable character, but there's more behind it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fallout 3, that's a great example. You can have a creatable character, but you can also put in backstory. So like I'm more attached to the Fallout 3 guy in terms of like a creatable character than any Skyrim character I've ever played.
Yeah, because it's create your own story, but the only story you've been given so far is that you're trying to cross the border like a dirty criminal, and so now you're being sentenced to death. But then you found out, oh my god, he's the savior of the whole land. He or she is the savior. They are the savior of the whole land. Who would have guessed? Holy shit, man.
But like with any savior story, like I'm gonna reference Star Wars just because I've been watching it. Like little Anakin, like they identify him as the chosen one, but like you get his backstory like a little bit. Like he's like a little kid and he's running around with Qui-Gon. He does the fucking pod race and shit. But like, that's like development for like a savior type of character, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So yeah, they didn't really do a good job in the character creation portion of it as a, like plot wise or something like that. But in terms of like making your character look stupid as hell, I think it's funny.
Yeah, you can make them look really dumb, or you can actually make some really cool ones too. Like I generally play the non-humans, like Dark Elf, Khajiit, and Argonian are my 3 favorites.
Yeah.
You can make some cool ass fucking lizard people, some like really scary, dark, sketchy looking Khajiit, and like really sorcerous, cool, dark elves. You know what I mean? Like intimidating with their red eyes and their purple skin, and yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You can make them look cool. Yeah.
I literally made this character's name, I'm pretty sure, is Future Trunks from like Dragon Ball. And I made him. That's what his name is, right? Let me see. Yeah, it's Future Trunks. I made him because I wanted to just be like a two-handed sword main. It's like if you've seen Dragon Ball Z and Super, like Future Trunks wields a badass sword, and so I just wanted that. And the first character I made was a dark elf. No, not a wood elf. It was a stealth archer, of course.
Okay. Yes. Lovely.
Yes. Yeah. So, okay. And let's talk about the races. So, there's obviously we've talked about the Argonian, talked about the Khajiit. There's the Imperial race, which I never really understood. Like, it's Imperial race. It's so funny.
Yeah. So, like, it's kind of. I think the Imperials are supposed to represent, like, in terms of human genealogy, it's supposed to be like a Mediterranean person. So like Italian or Greek person.
Okay.
Because they're like slightly darker. They have that kind of olivey skin tone. I think that's what they're supposed to be. Because they also, the Imperials in the game, in the story, represent a parallel to the Roman Empire in real life. So it would kind of make sense that they're sort of a Mediterranean race.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. There's the Breton race, which I never really like. I think they had a high. If you choose them, you get like a skill, like a boost into like some magic or whatever, like one school of magic, I think.
Yeah. Let me look real quick if the wiki would load.
Yeah. Then you have the elves. There's the dark elf. There's the wood elf, and I think there's one more. Is there one more?
Dark elf, wood elf, high elf.
High elf. That's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of elf classes.
Yeah.
3 elf classes, and I think they all hate each other. I'm pretty sure, like in the lore.
Yeah. It's like a race thing. Yeah. Yeah. So a Breton, a Breton is they're like a mixed race. So they're like part human and part elf.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's why they have the magical qualities. And so it is suggested that they also may carry Aldmer blood, which is elf blood. Yeah.
Okay.
So not confirmed, but suggested, probably in one of the books or something.
Yeah. Bunch of lore and stuff. But
yeah.
What do you think about the diverse selection of races? So we'll go with you, Ishan. What did you think about them? What did you choose for your first class?
Khajiit.
Oh yeah.
And then Khajiit. And then Khajiit.
All 3.
It wasn't very creative.
Yeah.
It was mainly because the night vision you got as a Khajiit. Yeah. Holding a torch to me was like not worth my time. So
you could also cast a very basic spell to see in the night.
True. Correct.
It was still, I don't know, it was just too much work for me.
Okay. What did you think about the other races?
I didn't have that concentration.
What do you think about the other races you saw in like your time playing Skyrim? What did you think about them?
I thought it was hilarious. Like, it's really fucked up. But when I ran into someone who was hella racist towards Khajiit,
dude, I have stories about that too. You go ahead though.
And then you're just like walking by, and you basically get called like the equivalent to the N-word, and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
And then there's a dead Nord on the ground, surprisingly later, and you're like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I did what I had to do.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, I thought the whole race dynamic is cool, and I think it's kind of cool that a lot of other MMORPG type games, like they went ahead and did the same type of thing, or they were already doing that type of thing. I feel like that's kind of a staple for a lot of those games.
For sure. Okay, Eddie, what do you got? What you got to say about the races?
So I played Argonian probably like 5 times. I played Khajiit once and Dark Elf maybe twice. Maybe Khajiit twice also. But I love Argonian because it was my first race. I think Argonian has the best power also. It's called Hist Skin. You use it as like a special ability in place of a shout, but it basically causes you to rapidly regenerate health. Also,
What?
yeah, you can breathe underwater. You have 100% disease resistance, and your melee attacks do more damage because you have claws. So,
Wow.
yeah, Argonian goat. Same with Khajiit. Khajiit, you get that increased melee damage with the claws. All clawed races have a little bit of increased like fist damage. So yeah, Argonian I love because I noticed when I started playing other races, I had to worry about disease, which is awful.
Oh yeah.
Because like you look at your status effect, and you're like, oh, I've been missing like 20 health for the past like 3 days. Like, oops, because you have no idea. So yeah,
I have reduced
I love
stamina
the
right now.
exactly. Yeah,
Damn it.
see, you can look at your own character. You probably have some
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
Yeah, weakness to fire. Yeah. But I love the races. It's really cool. I also like what Ishan said, how it comes into the game. So it's not like you just see it, but it also like affects your dialogue. So like as an Argonian, people call you slurs and shit. So they'll be like, oh, fucking lizard man. They'll call you like they'll fucking be racist to you, which I think is awesome. Like it's a cool detail. I don't know. Like
You said they'll be racist to you. I think it's awesome.
it's cool as fuck. Yeah, but like you just be walking around and then some guy will look at you like, what do you want, lizard? Like some racist shit. Like and then a really interesting thing. So in the city in the game called Windhelm, it's in the far northeast. Um, there's like a small like little segregation issue in that town between the Nords and the Dark Elves. So Dark Elves are like these like dark-skinned, red-eyed, really scary, intimidating looking little creatures. You can play as them also. But like they're no different than the Nords, but they just because the way they look, they're like heavily segregated in the town. So if you go to Windhelm as a dark elf, most of the Nords will be racist to you. They'll be like, go back to your section of the town, and
Go back to where you came from, lizard.
Yeah, they'll call you like fucking rude names and shit. And it's like really prevalent in that town specifically. Because like the segregation is there, but I think it's awesome plot, like dialogue addition to the game. So yeah,
awesome. I started as a wood elf, and so I was going through the towns, and like the same thing. They'd be like, "What do you want, elf?" I'm like, bruh, I'm just walking.
So mean to you.
I'm just walking here, man. Chill the fuck out.
That'd be like, you're just walking on the street and like someone walks by you and they're like, what do you want, white? They just call you your race. Like, okay.
God, this used to be a good city.
Yeah, they say shit like that. Exactly. This used to be a haven for a safe place against people like you.
What happened to
say,
Skyrim?
Like, fucking, yeah, exactly. They'll say
fucking
some bullshit
stupid.
like that. Yeah, that makes me laugh.
It's really funny, but it's fucked up.
It is funny because it reflects real life.
It does reflect real life. They did that.
Yeah.
Oh man. So let's move on to like the leveling system and how it was. They changed it to for a more broader appeal. And so in this game, you level up by using more of what you have. So like right now, if you're watching this, I'm using a two-handed axe. So every time I use this, I get more, XP into the two-handed axe category. And it's the same thing with magic, smithing, making better armor, selling. You sell stuff, your speech increases. What did you think of that? Was that because I know like Eddie, that's what really got you into RPGs, and so it would, and that was what Bethesda's goal was, is to get like a more casual audience into this space. And did it work? What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think it did, because when it makes you feel like you're creating a more powerful version of yourself. That's why I like skill systems so much. So like my first introductory skill systems, we'll say, would be like Borderlands and Skyrim and just games like that. Those would be my early like skill system games. I really think they feel good because it makes you feel like you are actively working to improve qualities about yourself. So it's not just like, oh, you're doing a whole bunch of shit and then, oh, you get a skill point and it makes you better in some random area. In Skyrim, you have to actually work towards the area. So it's like real life. You have to practice the thing you want to get better at. So like if you want to get better at making armor, you got to make armor. If you want to get better at swinging a one-handed sword, you have to swing a one-handed sword. If you want to get better at blocking, you have to block. So I really like the skill system in this game. It can be heavily exploited in certain ways with potions, but that's something that was a little bit of oversight in the development process, but not a game-breaking issue at all. So, yeah, I think it's great. I love the skill system in this game.
Awesome. Ishan, what did you think of it?
I really liked it. I all the memes that have come out of it, especially.
Oh yeah,
the one-handed and two-handed.
Yeah,
Yeah, is freaking great. I
like
kind of
100.
dabbled in a lot of different stuff, and it was a lot of fun to do that. The only things that I felt like I didn't really get to know, because I felt like they were just too complicated for my small brain at the time, were like the alchemy and stuff like that, like those trees. Where it was more like making potions or crafting or like doing that type of stuff. But to be fair, in almost every game, like I will just ignore the potions and crafting side of things. It's like too much effort.
I know, wasn't that a whole thing of Witcher 3?
Yeah, and I barely ever used it. Yep.
Oh, dude. Like, I still haven't beat that game because one, it's so long, and it's like looking at the menus, I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? Like, there's so much going on the screen. It's like, holy fuck. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think I actually beat going a little off topic, but I actually beat Witcher 3. It was the DLCs that eventually made me be like, I can't keep going.
Do this anymore. Yeah.
It was all good. It was just like there's so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the leveling system is very simplified and I liked it. I didn't really know it was like some basic ass shit until like I saw people online were like, yeah, dude, this game's kind of a little lackluster in that, but it did its purpose, I mean, and if you didn't like it, you could just mod everything. Mod it to make it better.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like our one friend Eddie, who he said he used his mods to make them all have big boobs.
No, that was Alec.
Yeah, that was totally me, guys. No shame. Yeah.
Can't say his name, so we're not outing him. But
you already said Eddie. We can't say his name.
Oh shit!
No, not you.
I already said his name.
Oh.
Yeah. Oops.
Oh, you said like our friend, Eddie. Oh, okay.
No, I literally just said Alec. Yeah. Oops.
Oh, damn.
No, I've already. I said it when you guys were talking. So.
Dude. Yeah. I don't know. I think Alex chill. He's not gonna say anything.
I don't even think Alec
Yeah.
listens. If he listens, dude, hit me up, Alec.
Yeah, if you're listening right now, Alec, prove your worthiness and hit us up.
So then we'll go into the attributes. So this is the actual like skills that you use: the two-handed, the alchemy, and stuff like that. There's a big selection of those. Was it too much for you guys, or was there like enough skills? Because like you given enough like skill points, or like depending on what you wanted to do. I mean, you could do anything. You could do everything. Get all those skills all the way
Right.
up if you wanted to. What do you guys think?
It's true. I think there were some trees that were incredibly underpowered, like I'll say illusion, for example. Because the illusion tree has no value until like the last 3 skills. Like
Really? Let me see.
because like illusion has spells that they're like fear, harmony, so like spells that manipulate the personalities of the people around you. Also things that will like change the way the environment looks, so like you can have like a magical light. That's an example of an illusion spell. Or like fear is an illusion spell. You can cast it at an enemy and it will cause them to be afraid and run away.
Yeah.
But the way the leveling works with the illusion spells is that they only work up to a certain level. So like the first fear spell only works till like level 13, and you can get to level 13 in like a few hours. So like that spell becomes useless. And generally you're going to outpace the prowess of the illusion spells until you get to the master level. So you have to put all those points all the way up the whole tree just to get a spell that works for a few levels.
Yeah.
Because like I'm pretty sure even master level illusion spells, like they only work into the 40s or maybe the 50s. Like once you get past 50, like illusion's a completely useless tree, you know?
Oh fuck yeah, you're right.
So yeah, definitely some kind of wasted trees, illusion being my biggest example. But I think everything else is cool. The other spell schools are awesome. Like restoration is for healing, alteration, you can do a lot of cool stuff like telekinesis, and you can chain, or you can change iron into silver and silver into gold, and like you can do all kinds of cool shit with that. So yeah. And then outside of the magic, like the stealthy type skills like alchemy and sneak. What else would there be? Archery. Some other stuff I can't remember off the top of my head. They're all pretty well balanced. And then like the warrior type stuff, like one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, block, heavy armor, light armor. There's like pickpocketing and lock picking. I think they're all very well balanced because they have a lot of uses. So yeah, I think it's great. I think there's a lot of. I don't think it's too much. I just think that some trees are a little bit not so good.
No, you're definitely right. And like I only focused on two fucking trees the first time I played. It was archery and stealth. That's all I cared about.
Fuck.
That's how I got through the whole game.
Yeah. I definitely went for like I started with heavy armor because I thought that was the way to go because it gave you more armor. But I realized how OP the light armor tree is if you really get into it. Like having weightless armor, so you basically have a ton of equip load. It makes you run faster. You make less sound. Like there's all kinds of benefits to light armor. I think it's way better. So,
Ishan, your thoughts on the actual skills of the game?
I really liked a lot of the magic ones. And I only ended up playing like magic builds near the end of the game. Like not the end of the game itself, like the end of me playing this game in general. Because don't really think I'm gonna go back to play Skyrim at any point soon.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I can consider my Skyrim career a little bit over at this point. But like, I had so much fun with all the different spells. I would like bring people back from the dead and all that shit.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
They're a lot of fun. Or like when you got to summon like that fire astral thingy to like follow you around and help you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well you get it to you could conjure a Daedric person. I use that like this whole this whole character I'm on right now. That's what I did. I like put all of it into conjuration, and that was my whole gameplay. Was I was just conjure, just kind of just like fight, but be kind of like a let him do all the waiting. I mean, do all the fighting, and I just kind of just wait and just
I like the conjurable weapons, like this. You can like summon a sword. I think I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
spell swords and stuff like that were really cool. Yeah.
What we are going to do now, we're going to move into the gameplay section. And so this is all stuff that directly like influenced the gameplay loop and what we did. So what do you guys think of like the activities that we did? And like the artifacts, I mean, you see the document here. What do you guys want to talk about from here?
I mean, activities like what you can do, like you can do like side quests, you can do the main quest, you can get better at making armor, you can go hunt bounties, you can chit chat with the locals, you can go explore. You basically just live, like, which is sick. It's one of the most immersive things about this game is like you can just live.
Yeah, dude,
You can pretend like you have to sleep, and you can like just like rent a room for the night. You can get married. You can go to a church and worship. You can go to war and join the army, and there's all kinds of shit. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. The artifact. Let's talk about like the Daedric artifacts. That's what I want to talk about.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think of
this
those?
part of the game.
Yeah. Talk about those. Ishan. Which ones did you have?
Are you like talking specifically about like the armor and weapons?
Yeah, that like how you would have to do a certain like evil deed to get these artifacts.
I don't think I ever really got to that point, did I? I don't know.
You probably remember them, but you don't like associate them with the Daedric artifact. It's like, you remember that quest in Markarth where you go into that house and like you have to go in the basement, the door gets locked, and you remember that?
I think yes, actually,
Okay.
I do remember that quest.
So or do you remember the Wabbajack quest line where you have to get that staff and you're like you get transported into this world that feels like Alice in Wonderland. You get a staff at the end that turns like you can turn a chicken into a dragon, or you can like
you
shoot it
at stuff. Yeah. Okay, so I've gotten Daedric.
Those are Daedric artifacts.
They're really cool.
Yeah.
I don't have like the best descriptions or honestly anything about those types of artifacts, but I thought they were cool. And like they totally didn't need to do it in the game, but they did it anyways, and that's what I like about it. Like they already had a solid game from the start. But they were just like, let's keep throwing cool shit in here.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah. What do you guys think about the combat? So the actual just kind of swinging your stuff around, using magic or drawing a bow. It's like the three main things. Was it something you really noticed, or did it seem like it could be improved?
I think it could be improved, but not by much. I think, especially with the sword fighting, it can feel kind of like animatronic, I would describe it as.
I agree.
Yeah, it's a little bit slow. Kind of like obviously, you can only make so many animations for a sword swing, but it feels like no matter what weapon you use, it's always the same. But like, when you're referencing like great, like, fantasy game combat, you look at Dark Souls and you look at, what's another example of, like, you look at Witcher, you look at, you could say Sekiro. That's kind of just Dark Souls.
Yeah, that's more Dark Souls.
Yeah. Other like sword
Combat's
fighting
different, but-
games. I would say even Dead Island for a first person melee combat example. Like, it feels more fluid and it feels like your strikes actually mean something. So like when I hit a zombie in Dead Island, like it fucking hurts them. Like, you can feel it. Like, they get hit, they get moved. But when you swing a 20-pound sword at an enemy in this game, and it's like it just like wipes over them like a cloth. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like it hurt. Yeah, it just like the only way you know that it hurts an enemy is that the health bar goes down. But it doesn't look like it hurts. So that
there's no
I think
reaction to you hitting them.
Yeah, there's no reaction. Like, they make noise, they go, oh, like they make silly noises, but like, it doesn't like feel right. It feels a little awkward. Not to say the combat is bad, but I'm just saying it doesn't feel very like real. Yeah.
I don't think that's what they were even going for with this game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pull of this game is the world and feeling it, and yeah. So the combat is good and satisfying, but it doesn't feel that real. That's my critique. I have a lot of critiques for this game just because I like it so much. So, yeah.
Yeah, naturally, you like something and you spend a lot of time in it, you're gonna notice some cracks.
I know like every single thing that's great and every single thing that's not. Like, yeah. So like in terms of like what like weapon selection, there's so much variety. That's amazing. Like, from spells to shouts to, you can do stuff with the environment, you can do stuff with potions, you have like followers that can help you fight, and like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, man. The combat, I specifically remember my stealth archer playthrough. I'd be like, yeah, I'm kind of just doing the same thing over and over again, just kind of like sneaking, shooting people with that arrow, doing like 3 times damage. But a part of me was like, yeah, I am doing the same thing, but I enjoy it. So like,
right, exactly.
Why does it matter? I'm enjoying it, but they definitely could be improved. Some like combo stuff, could be nice.
Yeah.
But
something variable with the animations, or maybe something a little bit more complex you could do with the buttons. Like, I know in The Witcher, the sword fighting is a little bit more intellectual. Like, you can do button combos and stuff like that, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's different stuff you can do.
Yeah.
I don't even really remember much of the combat of The Witcher.
I think you can.
The Witcher.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So, the controls. What did you guys think about? Initially, I think sprinting was like LB. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's fucking dumb. I hated that. I don't know, like, why the fuck
really?
did? Yeah, but I think you can. Pretty sure you can change it in the settings.
I actually love the controls. I think they're perfect.
Really?
Yeah. I love it. I think they're.
I can't really remember if I had to play Claw or not for this game, or if those Dark Souls.
Probably not Claw, because unless you blocked a lot, you probably wouldn't have to.
Oh my gosh, dude! I can't imagine. I can't fathom people playing Claw. It's like so weird.
Oh, it's awful, isn't it? I hate it
I
too.
did it all the time for Dark Souls.
How do you even play Claw? Like, what is that?
It just kind of feels natural to me at this point.
What?
It's like your thumb is on the thumbstick. pointer finger hits like all four of the. Well, I guess since I'm on PlayStation, like triangle, square, circle, whatever. And then your like middle finger and your ring finger kind of handle
What
the
the
the two
fuck?
shoot buttons.
Dude, that's
Alright, dude.
awful. That feels
I
so
don't use it.
painful.
I don't use it unless I'm playing a game that has a weird controller setup that kind of makes sense to use claw compared to regular.
Huh.
That's
And like the way
wild.
sprint and block and stuff were set up in Dark Souls, like it just made more sense for me to use claw.
Wow. All right. Damn. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, that's
But like, hey, you're not
crazy,
gonna
bro.
catch me doing that in Call of Duty.
Fuck no. God Lord. Yeah. So
Just cannot
yeah, I
imagine
love the
that.
controls. They are a little weird, but like I think they're perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the controls, like I'm pressing Y to jump right now, and like A to select things. Each
Yeah.
in terms of controls, these are weird, but you kind of like get used to it.
Yeah. It feels good to me. It suits that game.
Yeah. Okay.
I said personally, shit's whack, but
Personally, it's a little weird. I mean, some stuff is normal, like all games don't have it. Okay, I'm being attacked by a dragon right now. Like most games, I'm not doing this actually. I'm going in here. Most games should have like the same control. Like A should be jump for like most games, and it's sometimes it's not. Like fucking Skyrim, it's Y. Y
Yeah.
is jump.
Or GTA, it's X.
Fuck Rockstar for that, dude. Like they're
Yeah.
so weird. Like they just have like the most random controls.
Yeah. Rockstar controls are very strange because you have to tap A to run. I think that's awfully strange. Yeah.
God, yeah. The fuck is that?
let's go with the universal control setup.
Yeah, that's true.
So easy for like everyone in this situation. I don't get why more companies just don't do it.
Yeah.
Like for the longest time in Japan, the cross and like the circle buttons were switched.
Really?
Yeah,
Ew.
like for the PS5, they just decided to like make it universal. So now like
So
Japanese
X was where
games.
circle was, and circle was where X was. What the fuck?
No, but like the inputs. So like in like an American
Oh.
game, you know how like circle is like, I mean, X is like jump, but it would be
Yeah.
circle.
Oh.
Or wait,
That's
It kind of
weird.
makes sense, in a little bit with how the switch buttons are set up now, though,
yeah, but
because it's
Switch,
all switched around.
yeah, Switch is weird.
They're
They've had the
Japanese.
same. They've had the same thing since like they're weird. Yeah, the Japanese controls. They do a lot of weird things. Let's talk about the crime. It's like how like Eddie, like what Eddie said before. He just started breaking into people's fucking houses, and
Yeah.
like there was consequences to those actions. Like
That's
that's
true.
fucking cool. Can you speak more a
Yeah.
little bit about that?
Yeah, so one of my favorite things about this game, because it's the first thing I did, is the crime. So like yeah, so like personally, like the breaking into people's houses and stealing things and like discreetly assassinating people, I think that's really cool. And then like breaking into places that you're not supposed to be, or like places that you can only get to if you're doing a certain quest or something. Um,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, sorry. I think those are really cool elements, specifically because we're going to talk about this more later, but there's two side quest lines that are specifically like tied to crime, and I think those two are the like probably the best parts of the game, in my opinion. But yeah, crime is cool. There's like a bounty system where you like rack up like monetary bounty per crime that you do if it's witnessed. So like if you kill someone, it's like 1,000 gold or something like that. And there's an achievement to have a bounty in every city of a certain amount. Um, so yeah, pretty cool.
You have any like stories? Like Ishan, I'll pass it to you. Like, what do you think about crime in this game and how it's like a whole thing? If you get arrested, it's like kind of fucked.
Sorry, repeat the question.
Like, what do you think about the crime in Skyrim? Like the crime system. What do you think about that? What did you like about it? What you didn't like?
To be very honest, I tried to stay away from doing crimes. I was a little goody two
He's a
shoes.
good boy.
Mostly because I just did not want to deal with any of the law enforcement in the game, or just
That's
like
funny.
fight them off. A lot of my crimes were very murder based though. Like if I was gonna do a crime, it was gonna be like
Oh
a
my
fucking
god.
crime, like kill a
Somebody's
bunch of people,
dying.
and then yeah, it wouldn't be like me just stealing some cheese in front of somebody, and then it's just like, oh, this guy stole some cheese. Let's cut his head off. No, like I'd kill off like two guards and then get the head cut off.
Okay. Eddie.
It was
Oh,
fun.
sorry, I thought my bad. That's right.
No, you're good. It was fun.
Okay. Okay. Midward. Yeah, for us.
Specific stories. It's gonna go back to those 2 side quest lines, which we'll talk about later. I'll save that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the first thing I said, fucking a whole town attacked me for killing a fucking chicken. That was
Yeah.
wild as fuck. And I remember getting arrested sometimes because like they would remember. It's like when you pass by a soldier and they're like, "Wait a minute, I know you." Like, yeah,
They all
like,
sound like it's like a bad impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's what all
Yeah.
the guards sound like. It's funny.
you've committed crimes against Skyrim. You
You've
must
committed
pay.
crimes against Skyrim and the people. What say you in her defense?
What say you
Yeah.
in the defense? And so, like, they'll arrest you, they'll throw you in jail and take all of your stuff. And like, there's a cool like little quest. Like I think if you get arrested at any time, like you talk to somebody across from you, it's like, "Hey, trying to break out of here?" Yeah, something like that.
It does depend on the jail that you go to, though. Each jail is a little bit different.
Oh,
Yeah. So specifically, the coolest jail is the Markarth jail. Because if you commit a crime in Markarth, it sets off a whole big side quest where you uncover this conspiracy about like what's like who actually runs the city. It's like this black market like mob is running the town, but like the prison is corrupt and the guards don't let anybody out, and it's like slave labor inside the jail, and like if you do the side quests, like you create a rebellion and you get out of the prison, and it's really cool. Yeah,
that's right. I remember doing that. That was fucking
that's a
cool
great
quest
side
line.
quest.
That's like speaks to it. It's like you commit one little crime and it sets off a whole chain of events.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so
You
fucking
commit one
cool.
crime, just like any other city, you get arrested, but this time you get arrested and you get locked up in this jail and you don't get out. Like you don't get to just sleep and you get released. You have to complete the quest to get out.
Yeah, because you can't do anything else. And like you talk to the people, it's like, yeah, I've been here for like 10, 15 years, and I stole some bread. And like, I don't fucking
they're
deserve
just
this.
slaving away in a silver mine. That's what you have to do. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
Jesus, man. Fucking dope as hell. I know you guys chose some races where you were purists and didn't want disease or anything. Did you guys encounter any diseases? I know Eddie probably has never.
On my non-Arconian characters, what's the one with? It's called Rock Joint, I think. They have fun names. I like the names. But they're mostly just really annoying. I like that they're a feature, by the way, because it like creates a little bit of extra pressure on you. I don't know. It's like not a huge thing, but yeah.
Okay. I always like, for an example, if you can see my character right now. Wait, how do I like? Fuck! I just shouted. God damn it! Hold on. How do I like zoom in on my character or something like that? Oh, here we go. You can't see, but I am technically like under I'm my vampiric blood. I like just got cured of vampirism because you will get attacked by vampires eventually in this game, and so if you have the DLC, of course, but we'll talk about that. And you'll get infected with vampirism, and it slowly gets worse the more you have it. Where like you need to like feed on people's blood, or else your vampiric powers go more and more. You have a weakness to fire. You have a weakness to sunlight. Like my stamina, health, and magicka are reduced by 15 points because I'm in the sun because I'm a vampire. I was cured of vampirism. It took quite a bit to get cured. And then 20 minutes later, I get hit one time by a master vampire and I have fucking vampirism again. Fucking bastards. I'm like, oh my god, you need a black soul gem to cure yourself.
Yeah.
I can't find those.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, yeah, the vampire mechanic as a disease is very cool because like you can't, like, if you sleep in a cave, sometimes you'll wake up with the vampire infection, like you got bit. Just cool shit like that. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, you'll wake up as a fucking vampire. Like, what the fuck? I went to sleep.
Yeah, and then you wake up and you're like, oh fuck, now I gotta go get cured.
I gotta find a black soul gem, which is ridiculously expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. The cool thing about Argonian though is you can still elect to become a vampire through the DLC. So like while yes you are resistant to disease, you can still force yourself to become a vampire. So yeah.
Yeah.
The only disease I ever got was that one werewolf one, and that was like intentional.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a part of the companion quest line. We can talk about that faction later. It's coming up. The items. So in this game, you can pretty much take anything that you find. What do you think about that? Of course, that causes a bunch of bugs and stuff. Like, I'll just be walking over like some bones, and like I'll take damage because it just the bones like flung out of nowhere just to hit me. What do you think about like all the items you can grab?
I think well, like what you're talking about with like how they move. The physics engine is really funny. So like if you walk over a table with like a bunch of dinnerware all over it, like it'll like kind of get fucked up and like fling shit at you and damage you. Which I think is funny. But yeah, I like the little trinkets and like weird shit that you find in the world. I think it just adds immersion. So I like all the little like you can pick up like a plate or like, you know, a chalice. It's like little like a fork. Just little things.
And how
just like
do you guys know this? If you like I'm holding a bucket right now, you put this over a merchant's head, you can steal anything in like their shop.
That's right. Yeah, because they can't see you. It's funny.
Yeah, that's so cool. I think, oh, fuck yeah. And like, you can like hold something to throw it. Oh no, I didn't do it right. What? Like I'm holding this bucket right now, and if I hold it for long enough, is it gonna throw? See, no, it didn't do that.
No, you have to press A.
I just drops it.
Try holding A again.
Yeah, I'm holding A, and it just drops.
Interesting.
There's something you can do.
Well, you can use the telekinesis spell I talked about earlier. You can pick stuff up, and when you let go of LT, like you stop casting it, it'll throw it.
Yeah, see, like I'll have to like, whoosh, oh shit, and I threw it. Yeah, there you go. It's some stuff like that. That's cool. How like you pick up anything, you can do anything. It just adds to it. All the stuff in the world.
It's like a little bit of immersion. Yeah, it's cool.
Let's move on to magic. We talked a little about that. There's like 4 schools of magic you can learn. Is that right?
Alteration, conjuration, restoration, destruction, and illusion 5.
Oh, 5. Yes. What are you guys' favorites? I mean, we talked about how shit illusion is, but like, what else do you guys?
Yeah. I think alteration is really cool. Because you can like cast armor on yourself or turn iron into silver and silver into gold. I always reference that.
Mm-hmm.
You can use the telekinesis. Yeah, I think like on most characters, I would either, because I never did a pure magic build. I did like half magic, half not builds. But like a nice alteration, a little bit of alteration on the side of my character, like a restoration. Restoration's cool because you can like resurrect corpses or heal yourself or heal your followers or yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Ishan, what do you guys say about the magic system? You said you delved into it a little bit towards the end of your playthrough.
Yeah, I mostly use the destruction one.
Yeah.
Is that the one that has like the lightning?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the ones
Yeah.
that do damage.
Yeah, so like the lightning spell was like my shit, bro. And then
Mm-hmm.
combo that with like all of the little summon things, and it was
Mm-hmm.
set. Everything was great.
Hell yeah.
But no, I really liked all of them. I didn't really delve too much into illusion. It's the one that all said was garbage. So I
Yeah,
have
it's
no
pretty
idea if that
crap.
one's
Yeah.
actually garbage or not. But
There's not much to it.
Yeah, I tried using illusion. I mean, some of it's all right. I think I used it like one of its good ones is like stone flesh or like iron flesh. Like it gives you like armor bonus.
That's alteration.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, illusion really does fucking
Yeah.
suck. Wow.
Yeah, illusion's so bad because even if you do get the skill early on, by a certain level it won't work anymore.
Wow.
It just loses
Serious?
all of its value. Yeah.
Fuck. It really does suck.
Yeah. It does suck, man.
Okay. What are some money making schemes you guys used in Skyrim?
Oh yeah. Um Definitely selling all the armor that you make was cool. Um what else? Um
There's some really
Picking
cheese ones. Like some people made like stupidly expensive like swords from like
mm,
alchemy, and I never like how do
yeah.
they do that? Like something's worth like
Yeah.
1,000,000 coins or something. It's like what the fuck?
Yeah.
How do
That
they
was
do that?
never the alchemy glitches I never delved into because I thought they were too hard, but they're actually quite easy. But the alchemy glitches basically what you do is so because alchemy is based on percentages. So basically you make a potion, right? And it says like, oh, your blacksmithing is increased by 50%,
Yeah.
something like that. But if you were to make a potion that increases your alchemy by a certain percent, and then you make a potion that increases your blacksmithing by a certain percent while you're on the alchemy potion, it just starts to exponentially increase. So you can just slowly increase further and further and further until you get a blacksmithing potion that increases your blacksmithing by like 1 billion% or something like that.
What?
And then go make a sword, and then you make that sword. You upgrade it as good as you can, and then the next thing you would do is you do the same method but with enchanting. So you make an enchantment under the influence of like a alchemy potion that makes your enchanting increase by like 1,000,000%, and it has a giant bonus on it. Um, so it has like plus 300,000 fire damage or some stupid shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then last, you go to back to the merchant to sell, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to like somehow increase how much coin they are carrying first,
Yeah,
which I
it's
don't know how you would do.
the speech,
but
it's a speech skill.
yeah, you do speech or whatever, and then you can sell it to them and get like a bunch of money. So yeah.
Wow, it's like I'd see like memes of that, but I never like went into it. I was like, how the fuck do they do that, man? Oh shit, this whole camp's gonna be attacking me. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, how the fuck do they like? I'm trying hard. I've been doing it legitly to like get 100,000 gold. Like, because that's an achievement. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've sold so many things, but it still doesn't work.
And then there's people with like millions.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they got like fucking millions. Fuck.
It's all a matter of
like 100K.
Yeah. You just have to take advantage of the percentages stacking on top of each other with the alchemy. That's how you do it.
Real game changing like bugs and stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Last thing before we move on to like the side content, the stealth. I love the stealth, but it was really like you could abuse that power, just like how like the alchemy
very
stuff.
Much so. Yeah.
You could get it high enough. You could hit somebody, crouch, and they'd be like, just the wind.
Where did he go?
Where did he go?
You swing a massive 60-pound mace at the back of someone's head, and then they turn around ready to fight. You crouch, and they're like, "Huh, must have been the wind." Yeah, some stupid shit like that. Yeah, like what the fuck? Like,
Crouching
you
way
saw
too
me.
Overpowered.
Yeah, stealth is like very broken at the high levels, like really broken.
Like you can have like a
I kind
dagger.
of miss that in video games, to be honest, though. Like no video games do that anymore. Like the broken stats.
Hey man, maybe Starfield will do that.
Yeah. Oh, there'll definitely be some broken bullshit in Starfield because they always do that.
Can't wait. Anything else to say, Sean, on the stealth?
I never played a stealth build.
Dude, you're missing out, man. It's really
yeah,
easy.
That's why I've been silent.
It makes
I don't have any input.
That's funny.
Now, let's go on to the meat and potatoes of Skyrim, really. The side content. So, I'll go through, like, I'll name each of the major cities you can visit, but I won't spend too much talking about it. We're already, like, an hour and 40 into this podcast. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But,
we'll just say one cool thing about each city.
Yeah, I'll say one cool thing.
Yeah.
So, I'll go through each of them and just, like, tell you, like the most notable thing that it has. So Markarth is an ancient Dwemer city. Riften is the home of the Thieves Guild. Let's see, Solitude is like where it's like the capital of Skyrim, pretty much. I think, right? That's Solitude.
It is. That's
Whiterun is the first city you encounter when playing this game. Windhelm, home of the Stormcloaks. You have Winterhold.
The Rebellion.
Yeah, the Rebellion. And then you have Winterhold, which is where you learn the magic. It's where like the whole magic quest line comes in, learning all that stuff. Morthal, it's a small, humble town. It's the wiki said it's like the poorest town, like canonically, because like it relies on like its lumber mill and like a farm. It's like a farming little village.
Oh, that's that one. Yeah, I know what that. Yeah, that makes sense. It is quite poor looking. Yeah.
Falkreath, it's a small town. Also, it's where the Dark Brotherhood is. I think the Jarl knows that, but he's like, "Well, I'm not going to stop the whole Dark Brotherhood, so I'm just going to have to let it happen." Dawnstar, it's a Stormcloak town, and it's frequently attacked by dragons, according to the wiki page. They know that. So
fuck the Stormcloaks.
What do you think of? Oh, and apparently, like people have there's like a quest line there or something. People have horrible nightmares, and there's a rumor like a witch.
One, right?
Yeah, it's like a witch is cursed.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's crazy. What do you guys think of each of their cities? Like, name a couple that you liked, didn't like. Take it away.
Let's see. I'll go down. I'll just say like one or two cool things about each one. So Markarth, definitely my favorite looking one. It has like a lot of cool ancient Dwemer like architecture. So a lot of light gray stone mixed with this kind of bronzy metal. So that's cool. Plus the prison quest line that we talked about a little bit ago. Riften, definitely like kind of rich looking. Like the houses are really nice. Also quite aesthetically pleasing, and it has the Thieves Guild, which is we'll talk about in a second. Solitude is very regal. Lots of stone architecture. Big. A lot of trade goes through it. It's a kind of a big hub city. It's nice. Whiterun, probably my favorite because you can has the best concentration of vendors. So you can do a lot of business there and like a lot of crafting and such things. Windhelm, I don't like the snowy parts of this game. They just don't look that good, so I try to stay away from there. Same with Winterhold. I don't like the snowy places. And Winterhold is a bit small. I do like the College of Winterhold, which is it's basically Hogwarts. You go there to learn magic. Morthal, yeah, very small, poor, not much going on there. There's just like a couple of really tiny houses, and that's it. Falkreath, very woodlandy. It feels like rather than a city, it's like a large town. That's what I would call it.
Yeah.
And then Dawnstar, kind of swampy from what I remember. There's like a river that goes through it. It's right next to the really big swamp area of the map.
Yeah.
Not like really swampy, like there's big trees and it's raining and all that shit, but like it's like there's water in the area and it's kind of a canal town, so there's like boats and shit next to the shops and yeah. But I'd probably say Markarth is my favorite looking. Whiterun's my favorite to like get shit done in, and then Riften is that's the honorable mention, I guess.
Honorable mention. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ishan, what do you think about the major cities?
Markarth, I thought was honestly the coolest, just because the same reason Eddie like the looks and like the animatronic enemies, I guess I could call them.
Yeah, the Dwemer guys, the robots. Yeah.
Yeah. I back when I played it the first time, I was just like, this is so freaking cool, and then I get my ass handed to me by a robot. But
yeah, right. They do. They're hard enemies. Like those robot metal guys
strong.
are really fucking. They're really hard. They do a lot of damage.
I always ended up there like way before I should have been there, and then I just get completely steamrolled every time.
Yeah.
Riften, have a lot of memories here just because the Thieves Guild is my favorite guild out of all of them. Like, well, I know we'll be talking about that in a little bit, but I also just like the little water port city type town. I know it's not like it's not a port city. It just has like the river and shit through it, I think.
Yeah.
If I remember right. I like that. Solitude. Don't really remember that one, to be honest. Whiterun, I do remember just because of the king that just keeps sitting there and saying the same thing over and over again if you keep talking to him. Windhelm, don't really remember it. A lot of the Stormcloak ones, I'm not going to really remember. I didn't really care for them that much. College of Winterhold, I really liked that place because it felt like I was Harry Potter. I felt like the side quests throughout it were a lot of fun. Like I felt like there was like a sense of mystery there in some of the quests. Morthal, I don't really remember it. Same with okay, I do remember Falkreath, but again, because of the faction that's there. And then Dawnstar, I don't really remember.
Yeah, I thought like the Dawnstar were part of like the Dawn Guard. I was like, I don't want to do the DLC. That's kind of like avoided that town. But yeah, dude, Markarth is like the best looking one. It's fucking cool just going there all the time. I loved it. Let me see. Riften, the Thieves Guild. It was like that poor, not like that. It has like a rich and also like a poor vibe to it at the same time, you know. Then Solitude, it's a very snobby town. Like the Bards College is there. What else? Whiterun is just like the normal fantasy town I would imagine. If like playing Skyrim, I was like, yeah, this it seems right. This is what would be here.
I agree.
Windhelm, bunch of racist fucking assholes in Windhelm, dude. I was playing Wood Elf. What are you doing here, elf?
Yeah, exactly. Hella race. Yeah, all the towns that align themselves with the rebellion are always racist.
So like,
so racist.
So kind of similar to America at the moment. Like all the people that think they're gonna rebel against the government are all fucking racist. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all fucking stupid racists, man. That's what we got. Winterhold, exactly what Eddie said. It's just Harry Potter. What's the next one? Morthal. Yeah, poorest town. I went through there. I was like, dude, you guys, what the fuck happened here?
Yeah, it's fucking
suck.
You guys suck,
busted, bro.
Fucking get some money or something. Falkreath, I thought always had like a
just get a job, guy.
Get a job. Falkreath had that like woodland vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these people are like from like I vibed with it as a wood elf. I was like, yeah, representing. Let's see, Dawnstar. I don't really imagine. I don't remember like the dragons like attacking there that often. So I was like, damn.
Yeah, I just remember the river goes through it. That's all I remember.
Yeah, the river goes through it, and that's all I have to say about like the towns. Definitely Markarth is my favorite one. So with that, we'll move on to this is like the last section of it. I mean, there's a lot more stuff we can talk about like DLC, but that can be a separate episode because we're gonna be going on past 2 hours now. So factions. We had the Dark Brotherhood, the Companions, which is werewolves, the College of Winterhold, which is Hogwarts. You had the Thieves Guild. You had the Legion / Stormcloaks. We'll get into that. And the Bards College, which is an actual faction. First question: have you guys actually ever done the Bards College faction questline?
It's very short.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very short. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, there's not much to it. It's like 2 or 3 missions. It's not very entertaining. It's worth it, but like it's not like definitely not comparatively to any of these other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see, Ishan and Eddie, you guys, is that your favorite one? Is the Thieves Guild?
I think the Dark Brotherhood's my favorite.
Yeah, Dark Brotherhood's mine. But Ishan, talk a little bit about the Thieves Guild. Why do you like it so much?
It's kind of a nostalgia thing because it was the first guild that I joined and like did the whole story quest through, and then it was like getting that armor, and then also I can't remember the name of the
Nightingale armor.
I thought it was the cleanest looking armor in that game at that time.
Oh, dude, Nightingale armor is the best armor in the game.
It's quite cool.
And then, like, if you don't turn in the key at the end, you have a lockpick that can open literally anything.
I know a lot of people just don't finish that quest line just to have the key.
Yeah, no, I finished it the first time around I played. Man, I really wish I could keep that key. And I think it was like Eddie or someone else who told me, like, you don't have to turn it in.
Yeah, the skeleton key. Yep.
Mm-hmm. The next time I played through with the character, I just didn't. I kept it.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, if you don't give up the skeleton key, you can never get the Thieves Guild quest to fully complete, though.
Thus, you don't get the achievement, that's what you're
No
looking
achievement, and you don't get to become a true nightingale with the really sick armor.
for.
Yeah.
Really fucking sick armor, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So cool. So yeah, the Thieves Guild, they had radiant quests. So like that's like the whole point of it. And you can still do like radiant quests, which is if you don't know what radiant quests are, it's something that never ends. So you can always, it's generally what is it called?
Procedurally
Generated quests to where it will just never end. There's always something for you to do. And so with this, there's always like money to be made because you're a thief. You're gonna steal something. You're going to place an object somewhere, or you're gonna like forge some books. And so that was really cool. That whole quest line, top tier, man. Better than the main story for sure.
Yep.
Eddie, your thoughts on it before we move on?
No, nothing that hasn't been said.
Yeah. So the Dark Brotherhood. This is the first one I joined, and I think it's the fucking coolest one. Take it away, Eddie. What did you think about it?
All right. So my level 80 character, my first really good one. I wasn't a stealth archer. I was a stealth dagger build. So definitely fucking sick as hell. I loved it. I like you really feel immersed into the Dark Brotherhood when you play like a stealth dagger build. So the Dark Brotherhood is it's like this insular secret society of like bounty hunter, assassin, murder for hire type people. And they worship this figure called the Night Mother. Damn, I'm surprised I remember this stuff. Holy shit.
Jeez.
It's like embedded in my mind. Yeah, they worship this deity type figure called the Night Mother, and they pray to her. And but yeah, so the Dark Brotherhood is this like secret society that everyone knows about, but not many people are in. So sometimes the Dark Brother will be called upon to assassinate certain figures, or you can call upon the Dark Brotherhood by reciting this little poem. That's I don't know the words to it, but you recite this.
Tell us the words, Eddie.
Yeah. I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. But you recite a little poem, and it summons a Dark Brotherhood assassin, and you tell them what to do, and then you pay them, and then they do it, and they're very successful. They never often fail, and they're widely feared throughout the province by political figures, warriors, and civilians alike. Very intimidating, cool set of characters. They have this cool, like red, like black and red armor, a lot of capes, and like, yeah, it's very like dark and sexy. Like, I don't know, it's like I don't know.
Yes, keep going.
It's like a dark, attractive vibe about the Dark Brotherhood. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's dark and red. It's like dark red and black.
Yeah. But yeah, they're really cool. So yeah, definitely the best of the factions in my opinion.
The only reason I like, not the only reason, but like the main reason I like the Dark Brotherhood, the quest line goes all the way up to assassinating the fucking emperor of all of the land. Do you remember that? You remember like, hey, go assassinate the fucking emperor. I'm like, what?
Yeah, the High King, or not the High King, the Emperor. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. I was like, what? You want me to kill this guy?
Yeah. It's all right. Cool. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. The Night Mother is so weird, and then you have that like jester character. What's his fucking name?
Cicero.
Yeah, dude, Cicero. He's so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Cool, though. It's in Oblivion too. It's like it's been in other games.
It is. Yes.
The companions. Did you guys do the companions quest line?
I did.
You did. What did you think of it?
I'm forever vampire gang. Fuck the werewolves. So, uh, like when we talk about the DLC in another episode, we'll talk more about that. But at the end of the companion quest, you become a werewolf. You are like infected with the werewolf virus or whatever, and you can become a werewolf on command and like use it in battle, and it's cool, but like um, vampire gang for life. So yeah, the companion quest, you're kind of like a mercenary, I would call you. Less of a murder, like an assassin. You're like a mercenary.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do all sorts of jobs. Like, you can like go like beat someone up for like someone will put out a like a bounty to intimidate someone, and you beat them up, or um, you can go like assist in a small dispute, and you're like needed to hire as like a hired gun, and you're a mercenary. um so yeah, that's what's cool about the companions. It's less dark, it's more well respected within the lore. Like the people that live in the town like respect the companions, like for being a generally good set of people. So yeah, and there's some cool characters within it, like Ayla the Huntress, really cool armor set. She has like a dark, brooding, intimidating vibe to her.
Oh, yeah, she's
And
fucking
then
cool.
there's fucking Brynjolf. He's in there, right? I think.
Brynjolf? Yeah, he's in there.
Yeah. He's like he's like another like hardened, intimidating warrior type. Like he has like cool vibe to him. So yeah.
Fuck yeah. I remember like like the first werewolf quest line, where, like the guy actually turns in because you get locked in the cell, and like
Yeah.
all those people are like crowding. You're like they act like your dude that's with you. You're like,
Yeah.
don't worry, bro, I got this. And it turns into a
I got
fucking
it.
werewolf.
Yeah.
I was like,
That
what
was
the
sick.
fuck?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. You're just like trapped in a cage. You're like about to watch your friend die, and then he just goes werewolf mode and fucking kills everybody. So yeah.
Ishan, did you do the companions?
I did the companions quest. I want to say first character, and then my second character, I did the vampire one.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the vampires better, to be honest.
Oh. Okay.
The ability of being able to turn into a werewolf better than being a vampire.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit torn on that. I do remember at a point I married the vampire lady. The vampire
Serana. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
You
dude.
can marry
was
her?
like,
I don't
damn.
think.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think you
dude.
can. What?
You can.
Oh my gosh,
You
dude,
absolutely
I'm gonna
can.
do that.
Yeah,
I
dude.
was like, that is girl number one for Skyrim.
Yeah, dude. Serana, goat.
Yeah. I liked all of the little guild slash group quest type things. Like I liked that though. I feel like that was the main story compared to the actual story of the game.
That was much more well developed. I was attached to the characters. They were interesting. The dialogue was cool. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. The College of Winterhold. I thought that quest line was a little mid, to be honest. Like I didn't really think it was great.
Hmm.
Yeah, what do you guys think? I thought it was just not good. Like it goes from 0 to 100 real quick and not in a good way.
Yeah. I just remember how confusing it is to navigate underneath the college, and that always made me upset. God damn it. It's so confusing. Um, Other than that, yeah, it's like it's better than the Bard's College, good lord. I'd put it on the same level as the companions. Like I think Dark Brotherhood, Thieves Guild are S tier. Companions College of Winterhold are like B plus. And then Bard's College is like fucking D.
Fucking
Yeah.
what did you think, Ishan?
I was just saying, I remember doing the Bard's College and just being like, why am I even doing this quest?
Yeah.
And then being sorely disappointed when it was all over. I was like, I'm never doing this quest again on any playthrough.
Right.
It's because there's an achievement attached to this for the Winterhold one, right? The mages thing, or is there like? I don't think there is actually.
What was that?
Is there achievement attached to doing the College of Winterhold?
Um, I don't think so.
That really is pointless. Like you don't have to do that.
Right.
And one more thing, we can move on to the next faction. Like when you get there and they're like, "Stop! You cannot come in because you're just not good at magic." You're like, "Okay, how do I be good at magic?" Take this fire spell and just fire that thing right there. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit, come right in. Fuck.
Yeah. Getting into the college is like so trivial.
So
It's
lame.
funny.
I was like,
Yeah.
could have done something better. Let's see. Last one. I mean, we're not gonna talk about the Bard's College. They fucking suck ass. The Legion and the Stormcloaks. Which one did you guys do?
Oh, I forgot about this one. Legion for life. Fuck the Stormcloaks. Yeah. Dude, the Stormcloaks are literally the embodiment of any sort of like racially motivated military ever. Like that's literally the whole point. Like they want to preserve the Nordic tradition of Skyrim, meaning they want to basically like whitewash the whole country and kick everybody else out. So yeah, fuck the Stormcloaks. We don't fuck with those guys.
Ishan.
I don't know. I feel like this is the one part I don't really have an opinion on.
Did you do the
skip
Civil
it.
War quest line?
No.
You
Oh,
you didn't do
Jesus.
it? Oh my god! Just let Skyrim just end
let
this
them be in
never
turmoil.
ending. Yeah, it's never ending
Yeah.
turmoil. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
don't support the
it's-
Stormcloaks. They're racist. Fuck those guys.
Okay, so
What?
I know my first playthrough I did the quest. I don't remember any of it. I remember being in like a war meeting room at some point,
Oh yeah, okay, you did do it then.
but that is like it. I don't remember which side I was on. I don't remember
Yeah,
what happened. Like,
right.
yeah.
That's funny.
Fucking
I wish I like
what?
played this game more recently. Like, I don't think I've touched it since like either early or before college. So it's been a
Wow.
long time.
2016, like when we were all playing in the parties. Is that like last time you played it?
Yeah, like the last time I
Holy
played
shit.
was like
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you've noticed, I've been a little more quiet. So like I just genuinely, I'll just feel like I'm kind of listening, and then I'm like, well, they covered everything I know because my knowledge is like so basic right now.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, then Eddie and I can like talk about like the Civil War quest line. Uh, you know, I didn't know how racist the Stormcloaks were until
Oh, you bastard.
until Alec actually like told me. It's like, dude, they're fucking
Yeah.
racist as hell. I was like, well, the
Yeah.
Legion kind of seemed bad too. And then he was like, oh fuck, it's the Stormcloaks.
Yeah,
And
man.
I kind of let it was Ulfric Stormcloak supremacy in my first playthrough, pretty much.
Yeah. I did the Stormcloaks one time just to see like what the content would bring. And I do find the Imperial questline to be more entertaining anyway, which is cool. Like with the Stormcloak questline, you get more of like a grassroots kind of less formal view of the war. So like um it's more like rebellion. Just think like,
Mm-hmm.
you can even think of the American Civil War. Like the Confederate Army was made up of a lot of like untrained civilians that were poor farmers. So it's like a lot more like it's like a less formalized military kind of scenario on the Stormcloak side. So I think a lot of the Civil War quest line is pulled from like real life, the American Civil War, and a little bit of like um, Roman stuff, like late Roman Empire, like when they were getting invaded by the barbarians and stuff like that. So and also like the civil wars within the Roman Empire where people were rising up because they were tired of um the rule of the Roman emperor and stuff like that. So yeah, there's parallels to a couple of major conflicts in the real world, which is very interesting and done very well.
Yeah, I think so too. What do you think like that last battle? Like you're like it's just fucking Stormcloaks versus like the Imperial, the Legion. You know, like that whole big ass battle. I thought that was fucking cool, man.
Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, it feels like that's the closest they get to like immersing you into real war. Like,
yeah,
because the combat is a little bit animatronic, like we talked about earlier. It doesn't feel like a really intense battle, but it kind of does. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the second I think this playthrough I did the Legion, I was like, all right, yeah, I kind of feel better about myself doing the Legion playthrough, dude. But yeah, if it was like any other like faction other than the Stormcloaks like rebelling, then you know it probably would have been better. But since they were so like Skyrim is for the Nords, everybody else get out.
Exactly.
That was kind of like, dude, kind of feel like a piece of shit. Kind of, oops. But that brings us to the end. I mean, there's plenty more we can talk about, like their own quest lines and own like locations, but we're not going to be here for 4 hours talking about Skyrim. We're not that big.
We could.
Yeah, we could. We're not big enough to be talking 4 hours of your attention span.
4 hour Skyrim podcast. Oh my god. Jesus. I would actually have to replay it.
Yeah.
Dude, if I asked you guys to do like a 4 hour Skyrim podcast, like I'd have to pay you. Be like, hey, if we make money off of this, somehow down the line, and we're gonna talk about a game, I'm paying you like play this game so we can talk about it. And for your time here, so thank you guys like for being here, joining me in the podcast. Because it's your own time. It's like 2 hours at a time at most. If you're just talking about video games, so I appreciate you guys being here and stuff.
It's a great time, man.
Of course, dude. I wish I had more to say about this game. I really thought I did, and then y'all like started talking, and I was like, "Oh wow!"
Oh my god.
I mean, next episode we will have played. Hopefully, we will have played God of War by then. So we could. I don't know what we can be doing for the next episode. I do like the.
Well,
centralized.
To be fair to Eddie, I don't know how like
he can't do it. That's why.
Think about God of War. Yeah, you guys could do that by yourselves. Like that'd be fine. Yeah.
If you had a PC, you could do like you could play at least the first one. Like
he does have a decent PC, right?
I do.
Well, I'm asking to spend $60 on it.
Game.
It is a really good game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that brings us to the end of the Skyrim like discussion / retrospective. What are you guys' closing thoughts? Let's go to Ishan first on Skyrim. Sorry,
Eddie was like, "What?"
Yeah, he was, but I wanted to get Ishan in here. He was kind of silent.
Yeah, go for it.
My biggest thoughts on Skyrim was from nostalgia and from me playing it at the time when it came out to the time of the 2016 remaster. Wonderful game, really great. Do I think that Bethesda milked the game way too much? Yes. I think like what is it, like 8 or 9 re-releases of the same title is a bit
Yeah,
much.
literally.
But
Yep.
I'm excited for Elder Scrolls 6 in 2025 or like later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I really like the game. I love, not as much as I used to, but I love the company that makes the game. So I don't really have any qualms with it. Good game. 10 out of 10.
Hell yeah, Eddie. Move on to you, bro.
Yeah. I've said it multiple times now. This game was on my list. It's one of my favorite ever. I think it was in my top 3. I think I put it at number
I think you did.
2. I think. Yeah, pretty sure it was number 2. Yeah, it's like one of my favorite games ever. Going from thinking it was going to be the lamest shit ever to it becoming my favorite thing. Quite baffling to me still. It changed my tastes and views as a consumer of art, and it showed me a kind of a new world of what things can be. So, love Skyrim.
They think
whole
just
new
they just
world.
quoted Aladdin in that.
Yeah, dude. It's great. Good stuff. So excited for Starfield. Hell yeah.
Oh,
That'll be
absolutely,
fun.
bro. It's like another. I think that's gonna be another game where people just like stop and just be like, "You need to play this game because it's
Yeah,
so good."
it'll be a great time. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I
Bethesda, don't fuck it up, you jackasses.
dude, I don't think I think they got this for
I doubt.
Starfield.
No, I don't think they will either. But
Yeah, man. Skyrim, one of the greatest of all time games. Please play it if you haven't. It's heavily like discounted multiple times on physical and digital storefronts. If you're on Switch, the lowest you're going to be buying this at is $30. Sorry. Physically, it's like higher. If you find it for $30 physically, that's like a good deal. There's like dude, yeah. Switch games hold their value. Like many Switch games hold their value. Like Breath of the Wild, the lowest I've seen it is like $30, and it's been out for 5 years.
I've never seen it below like 50.
Jesus.
Yeah, I've seen it multiple. Dude, it's crazy. Yeah.
I bought it used, like when I got my Switch, I want to say in 2020, 2021, whichever year it was. And I bought Breath of the Wild with it, and it was used, and it was still like $52.
Used. It's insane. But yeah, play this game. Let's get out of here. Ishan, where can we find you if we want to listen and hear more about you?
You can find me on Instagram at ESHH. Oh God, I can't even spell my own name. ESHAAN _DUTTA. That is my Instagram, and I think that's like the only place you can find me right now. I hope to branch out eventually, but
actually,
yeah.
no, it's not. Ishan. I don't know if we can find you on Spotify.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can find my one song, hopefully too, before the end of the year under the same name on Spotify.
Hell yeah. Check him out. That was a good song. At least we're going to release any more.
Hopefully one more before the end of the year.
Okay.
Exciting.
Eddie, how's the fitness page coming along, man? How's it been going with that?
Been slacking hard, man. I haven't posted in 6 days.
Ooh.
But school is painful right now.
Totally understand.
You're about to have a revolt.
Yeah, dude. I haven't lost that many followers. I've lost like 2, so I'm almost at 300, which is sick.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so it's going well. For those of you who are interested, I post exercise tutorials, little gym tricks, tips, and shit like that. Pictures of me, motivational
Flexing.
content sometimes. Yeah, me flexing. If you want to see me flex, go for it.
I'll get all
Yeah.
the thirsty followers.
Yeah, dude, I still get thirsty people commenting weird shit on my posts, and I think it's funny, but
What?
that's okay.
Still?
Yeah. Or I'll get like DMs from these like really weird dudes, and they're just like trying to get in all my shit. I'm like, ooh, all right. So yeah. Yeah, like I had a guy literally today. He followed me and he was like, "So you're looking pretty good. You're living in Denver, it looks like." And I was like, "Okay, block." Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, if you're interested, you'd like to learn some practical tips about weightlifting, you can follow me on Instagram at Eddie Lee Lifts, which is spelled EDDIELEELIFTS. Yeah, so follow me there. Check me out. You might learn something. Other than that, don't look for me anywhere else. That's it.
That's great. I want that in every episode. You can find me on YouTube, Pen and Pants. My gaming pillow, Filari. I've been talking to Eddie's ear off about it for a long time. I got the number. It says it's supposed to be coming. It's going to be coming by this time next, the next episode. I should be talking about it. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna be very mad. But yeah, find me there. I'm hopefully gonna be doing a review on that pillow. Looking to do more stuff on my YouTube than like just posting like the podcast every week. It's just like doing it. So hopefully do that. Instagram, Pen and Pant, all one word. Been posting clips of like the videos that I have posted on YouTube, which have been doing a little bit better than I thought they would. Like on TikTok, the most recent Monopoly one has like 1,500 views already on one of them. I was like, damn. Oh, yeah. Twitch, I never stream to Twitch, but pen_in_pants. And then I am most active on Twitter at the same Pen and Pant. Yeah, find me there. I'm like always on Twitter. It's an addiction. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. Have a great time.
Bye.
Adios.